We have a world of imagination, a world of chocolate, and Oompa Loompas. Yes, we're going to be talking about Wonka. So Wonka is the newest version of, or actually it's a new chapter, really, in a way. It's kind of almost the origin story of Willy Wonka.
And Timothy Chalamet, he does an incredible job as Wonka, because when you're used to the version that Gene Wilder brought us many years ago, when you've seen Johnny Depp as Wonka, there's expectation on Timothy Chalamet to either be a little bit sort of quirky, scary, which is how I felt like when I was a little kid and I saw the Gene Wilder version. I always found it a little bit kind of spooky and odd. And then you fast forward to Johnny Depp's version where it is all about the eccentricities of Wonka. Timothy Chalamet's version of Wonka is much more warm and endearing and, yes, kind of odd in all of the ways that Timothy Chalamet can be for this character, but they don't seem to lean into that quite so much. It's much more about that imaginative side and the excitement side of bringing something like a really good chocolate to a new group of people.
So just so you know that the director and writers behind this were behind the Paddington and Paddington 1 and 2 franchise. And they've really added a really nice touch onto this, that there's kind of a heartwarming family element to it, but there's a humility and an innocence to this Willy Wonka that really makes us kind of realize that he is just a man, even though he has great dreams, and he also tries to encourage everyone else to kind of live out their dreams in a specific way. I just find it fascinating. It ended up being one of those that provides great characters, fantastic writing, and I don't know about you, I was kind of surprised, a whole bunch of musical numbers.
Yeah, I forgot that there is so much music in Wonka. You know, there's the pure imagination song that it's really like synonymous with these movies. But I thought, hang on a minute, I was not expecting the big musical numbers, but they fit so well in it, and they do add to the kind of fun charm of this movie. But also talking about Wonka's character for just a second as well, they bring all of those kind of bits there too, but it seems to be his relationship with his mum, who even though she's not on screen a whole lot, the relationship, the connection that he has with her is really what gives an anchor to his dream and to everything that he wants to do and to why he's so dedicated to creating the thing that he sees in his imagination. And I thought that was a sweet addition to this story to include that, to give what he wants to make such a beautiful kind of backbone to it, that you pointed out the humility in it. I feel like the fact that what he wants to make rests so much in his relationship with his mum also is a really humble thing. You know, it's not illusions of grandeur, etc., that kind of fuel him.
I'm going to have to say it, probably one of my favorite characters and the scene stealer almost in every scene he's in, because he's not even in that much of the movie. But Hugh Grant as the Oompa Loompa, I got to hear what your thoughts are on having Hugh Grant as a little orange man with green hair.
Well, it's funny that you brought him up, because I thought you were going to say that Keegan-Michael Key as the police officer was the scene stealer, because he was a lot of fun and had so much comedy in the role that he brought. But also, there was a lot of fuss around Hugh Grant being the Oompa Loompa. How is this going to read? How is it going to present? I genuinely didn't mind it. I think because I forgot, it was like this really nice surprise that came up. And then it was just there. Like what he brought was kind of just more a funny dynamic and a little bit of a laugh. And I think his character is what connects the origin story that we're seeing of Wonka in this movie with what we're more familiar with. So his character's really just used as a bit of a bridge between the origin and everything that comes after, which I quite enjoyed. I wasn't really that put off by it, except to say that don't ever get a tan that looks like his, because it will not go well.
Okay, well, we got to kind of, is the result, so does it make it on the watch list for you?
Yes, it makes it on the watch list. If you've got the time to see it, if you have the inclination to go to the movies over the Christmas break, go and see Wonka, because it is very well worth it.
I put it goes to the top of my watch list. Definitely during the holiday season. Families, get out to see. You got to support movies like this, because we want more movies like this made. It's just well done. It was just a great one that everyone can enjoy together, and you probably are going to want to see it more than once, because there's so many different elements that kind of go into it. So, this has been too much fun. It's definitely been a sweet adventure with you there today, Laura. Well, we've come to the end of the watch list, and we definitely want to encourage all of you that if you do have the opportunity to be able to kind of check out the watch list, not only our podcast, which you can find on Hope 103.2's website, but also check out our YouTube page, where we actually have a lot of the different stories and also reviews there that are available for you. And there's also a lot of other podcasts, Laura, that you have on the Hope 103.2 podcast, isn't that
Yes,
true?
check them all out. So if you go to the Hope 103.2 podcast page, you'll find all of those and wherever you listen to your podcasts.
That's right. Definitely. Well, so that's it. We're coming towards the end of the year. And I just want to say, once again, thanks for joining us on the watch list. Laura, I got to tell you, I've loved doing this year with you, and I hope we get to do it some more in the future. And want to say, make sure you go out there, grab your popcorn, get a seat, and make sure you check out the watch list.